Hello everybody, this is AskJoshy.
And this is Frank Fields.
And we're back with more Gatecrash spoiler previews. This set drops on January 26th for pre-release and in early February for the actual release. We're starting to get really excited. We registered for our midnight release.
Yeah, if you guys haven't registered for your midnight releases, make sure you do that now. They fill up pretty quick.
That's true. So we're back to reviewing some cards. We've decided to switch it up a little bit. We're going to review the most recent spoilers now rather than the least recent, I guess. The first we were doing them in order as they were released, but we were a little bit behind, so now we're just going to go the other direction. The entire set is going to be spoiled on Martin Luther King Jr.'s birthday, I believe. So, you know, then we'll have all 274 cards, I think it is, for Gatecrash. But right now we're going to be doing Truefire Paladin. This is another weapon in the Boros army, and he is a 2/2 for 1 red mana and 1 white mana, which is, you know, just standard bear territory. 2 mana for a 2/2, but he's got a lot of other little goodies. The first is he has Vigilance, which is nice.
That's already pretty good for a bear.
2/2 Vigilance is solid for 2 mana, especially in limited. But he's also got 2 pump abilities. The first one is for 1 red mana and 1 white mana, which gives him +2/+0 until end of turn. So you can make him a 4/2 for just 2 extra mana. And if you pay another red and another white, or, you know, whichever one you want, actually, it's a secondary ability, you can also give him first strike until end of turn. So pay him for 2. Next turn, you guaranteed have the red and white because you used it last turn to cast him. You can just give him +2 to try and swing for 4 on turn 3.
And limited, swinging for 4 on turn 3 is really strong. And what's cool about first strike and limited, especially first strike and vigilance, you can use them to kind of prevent people's bombs from swinging in if you just keep mana open. And it also creates a situation where they don't really want to block with one of their bombs, because if you have like 6 mana, they can just put everything into it and wipe out your bombs. So vigilance and first strike creates a lot of problems where, you know, usually with some bombs, if they attack in, you can at least get some kind of a swing back, but you can't even get that with him. He's very, very good and limited. Yeah,
this guy can actually just kill Thragtusk if he's saved as a blocker, which is nice. 5/3 loses to a 4/2 first strike if you have the mana for it. Vigilance, you know, if you're able to pump him in any way with counters specifically or enchantments or something like that, Vigilance is always nice to target with enchantments, but the fact that he has basically floating first strike whenever you want to give it to him is really nice for enchantments as well. So in limited, I think he's a very strong card. He is only uncommon, so you actually have a good possibility of seeing, and I think I would probably give it a 3 in limited. It's pretty good for Boros. That's going to be a little bit difficult to splash if you're going 3 colors, just because it is required red and white, but still a very strong card in limited.
Yeah, I'd say it's about a 3. It's almost impossible to splash for him. I mean, even if you do splash, you're almost never going to want to spend both white and red mana just to pump him if you are like primarily another one of the colors. But obviously if you're Boros, he's really good and can definitely take up other people's bombs. In Standard, he's really only good in Boros aggro, so I'm going to have to say he's more of a 1.5 or 2. Not that he's bad, but there's certainly other creatures that give you more value. Depending on your situation, you might prefer something like Lightning Mauler that gives people haste. That could be a little bit better. And you know, there's a lot of other things at the 2-drop position, but he could fill a 2-drop spot because there's a lot of 3-drops like Loxodon Smiter and Silverblade Paladin and that type of thing that fit a similar role in the Naya decks. But very, very solid for specifically a Naya or Boros deck in Standard. Yeah,
I think in Standard he's going to be fine in that niche of very, very quick red-white decks, but we still don't really know if that's going to be a thing or not. Depends on what other cards are going to get spoiled for that and what other combinations people figure out. But the fact that it's a 2-drop with upside is nice. The fact that it doesn't actually help out any of your other guys, though, is kind of a con to that. Like you said, Lightning Mauler is a 2-drop, but you're not using him because he's amazing, you're using him because he's going to make something else amazing with that haste soul bond. But yeah, good limited card, okay Standard card. We'll see if it ever finds a home in Standard. That's it for the Truefire Paladin. Thanks very much for watching, and we'll be back very soon with some more Gatecrash spoilers.
Bye, guys.
Bye.